Starter with Squarespace is free for the most part. They do have a free trial for 7 days. You can use your Google email to connect your account, or you can just continue with an email. They've got other options like Facebook and Apple as well. So really quick to kind of create an account. You just need your username, password, and things like that. Next, what we're going to do is build out some of the pages for this kind of service business. So we've already got the home page. If you go down to pages here, we've got the home page, we've got the about, and we've got a contact page. And not linked just simply means it's not linked in the nav bar. But the pages do exist, so like our appointments page and our home page. The home page can stay as not linked, as the logo is automatically linked to the nav bar. But we can drag up the appointments and put it up here. We do also have the book now button, and that should take us to the appointments page. Yes, it does actually, so we can put that back here. So we've got about, contact, and our appointments page, book now. And what we can also do is a portfolio page to showcase some work as well. So if you click on the plus button and click on the portfolio collections, this is will create a certain type of page that will link to other pages and this is good for things like projects, galleries, and portfolio as well. So we can click on the portfolio page here and we'll select this preset. I think this would be good. If you want to look at what the designs are, you can switch the views and you can see they've got 3 different templates for the portfolio pages, and we can select this one here. And we've got the portfolio page and we can just call it portfolio. And now when we go into the portfolio page, we've got different portfolios within that, project 1 down to 6. These are just placeholder ones that come in with the Squarespace template, but we can always remove these and put it in our own. So in order to make this rank for Google, we need to add some content. So on the home page, I am going to go into edit, and I'm going to add a really clear headline. I'm going to click into the headline here, and I'm going to call it Creative Graphic Design for a Small Businesses in Belfast. So that's already got a location, and so it's a great kind of keyword boost here as well. In the portfolio section, you want to add maybe like 3 to 4 projects with descriptive text and use the heading properly as well. And you just want to go in and just edit all the content that you want. So for example, for the hero section here on the Squarespace homepage, you want to balance like clear messaging for visitors with keyword-rich content for SEO without sounding too robotic. So since our site is for freelance graphic designer in Belfast, this might be a good example to go with our heading, which was the creative graphic design. So we could say something like, if you click on the text here, highlight it, need eye-catching branding, logos, or social media design. Basically list out a few services that you would offer and how that would help the business that you are offering to. So we've added in some content here to go with our H1 tag that we written up here, and it really just concisely describes what our service is going to be about, what we do, who we are, where we are based, and who we are serving. The other thing that you want to make sure that it is optimized as much as possible for user experience, which then in turn will help your search engine optimization, is to add a call to action as easily as possible. So right now, if you think about the customer journey, they're reading from top down, they can see overall what your main business is about and a bit of content about yourself as well. And at that point, it is possible for them wanting to get in contact. So it's really good. It's a good idea to add sort of call to action buttons on the pages as well, either to learn more, or you can have it say book now and have it linked to the appointment page, or you can say learn more and that will book to the about page, or you can even say view my work, and that might link to the portfolio page. So the idea is you want to guide your user every step of the way, and you want to make sure that after they've read some content and are inspired to book, then they have an easy way to get in contact, and that's just by adding buttons, adding call to actions, and guiding them through the process as well. So another thing that you want to make sure of whenever you are optimizing your Squarespace website for SEO is to check the mobile view. And as I mentioned before, every template and everything built with the AI designer on Squarespace is mobile responsive. But that doesn't mean then you should just add in content and leave it as it is. If you were to add new sections yourself, add new elements, edited content, it's really important that with every change you click back to the mobile view and just make sure that everything looks good and is easy to navigate on mobile as well. So for example, so far everything looks fine, everything kind of stacks neatly, but this button that we've added, it kind of sits a little bit big and it doesn't look great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click onto the button itself, and I'm just going to resize it slightly so that it kind of sits in the middle nicely and not too big. And also I'm going to now increase the width of the section, or the height of the section, so it's not sitting too close to the page. When it comes to mobile editing on Squarespace, main things that you can really do is just update the sizing, update the length of something. For the most part, everything will be responsive and stacked nicely. So you're just kind of making sure nothing is too close to the edge. Everything has good spacing. The sizes of each of the paragraphs and fonts is okay as well. Mobile responsiveness is really important as more and more people are coming onto websites using their mobile. So it is a ranking factor that Google consider whenever they are looking at websites, is to see how easy the website is to navigate on mobile. That's the great thing about Squarespace, is that it's really easy to edit the website on mobile, but a lot of the templates as well are mobile responsive. Okay, so now let's take a look at some of the more of the other built-in tools that come with Squarespace. So one thing that is really important for all types of websites is page titles and descriptions. Page titles and meta descriptions are really critical for SEO because they directly influence how your site appears in search engines and whether or not people will actually click on it. If you wanted to take a look at how it works, if you look at any kind of search engine results pages, you'll see the different page titles and the descriptions that come with it. Page titles are the first thing that Google and users see in their search engines. Google uses them to understand what your page is about, and strong titles can improve your ranking for keywords as well. And descriptions or meta descriptions are this kind of small paragraph that comes with the title here. They don't directly impact rankings. What they do affect is your click-through rate. They give users a preview of what to expect, and if it's relevant, they are more likely to click, and that will influence your SEO as well. If you don't see one, then Google will put some random text from your page, and it's a missed opportunity for some more SEO as well. So in order to do this on Squarespace, what you want to do is go onto your pages section, so just going into pages, and you are looking for whatever page that you want to add the SEO content to, the title and the meta description to. And we'll go for the homepage, for example. We're going to click on the settings beside the homepage, and we're going to go into SEO. And if you scroll down, so you can see this is what this website will look like currently on search engine results pages. Just has the name and this kind of description that will be automatically generated. So what we're going to do is click on Edit Websites SEO section here. And because it's the homepage, it's going to take us directly to our marketing section here. So this will give us a sort of search engine optimization report, basically. It'll tell us what is missing and what we can improve with Squarespace as well. If we go down to the search appearance here, you can see the description is blank. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a title and description. So right now the title is just freelance graphic designer. What we're going to do is update the site title to make sure that it's keyword relevant. So maybe something like the name separated by one of the separators, and we can say freelance graphic designer, and we'll say based in, or not even, we can just say Northern Ireland. And there we go. That's immediately a better title because it tells us who we are, what we do, and where we're based as well. And it'll help us improve our rankings in more local search engine results pages, as we've got a location there as well. Meta descriptions now, and this is essentially a short description of the site because it's for our homepage. So we are going to just essentially write down maybe some services that we offer, that we know are popular, that we know people are searching for. So now we've got our SEO title and description set up, and we can just save. When it comes to SEO title and descriptions, they're going to be different, obviously, for every single page. If we go back, for example, and go on our About page and click on SEO there, it will give us another option for SEO title and description. You want to make sure that the title and description that you add are specific to the specific web page. So if it's the About page, you want to write the description based on the content that's going to be on the about page. If it's the contact page, then you want to write descriptions that's going to be linked to the description page. Same with the portfolio. If you click on the settings for each portfolio and go into SEO, you want to make sure that the title and description match what that specific portfolio is going to be about. So you want to make sure that for each of them, you include a keyword that you've not used before to increase your reach, and add them to your title and description. So the other thing that you want to make sure when it comes to SEO is the titles. So you want to make sure that all your URLs are clean and readable. So you don't want to have anything like, for example, if the URL was the name -2 or including a number, or sometimes when you create a copy of a page. So for example, if we go into about, go onto duplicate page, for example, so it'll copy and paste a new page. But then if you go onto the URL, you can see the slug, it says about -1. You want to make sure that the URLs are clean, readable, and make sense. So whenever you are copying different pages, you are updating the URL slug as well, and having things, again, including a keyword as well. Whenever you are adding images, again, there's opportunity to add more keywords in there as well, just by updating not only the image files to match the project, but then also the alt text. So if I click on this image file, for example, click on the pencil, you can see I've got this option for image alt text, and the alt text is essentially used for Google to understand what this image is about, because Google don't necessarily see the image the way that we see images. They will use what is in the alt text to understand what this image is going to be about. And it's also good for screen readers as well. If people are coming on the screen readers, they'll know what the image is about, because the screen reader will read out what's in the alt text section as well. So that's something that will help improve your UX, and in turn will improve your SEO as well. So Squarespace have that built in the image alt text section here. Lastly, I just want to go over some bonus SEO tips that you can use. Squarespace takes care of a lot, but here are a few extra tips. The main thing that you want to turn on is your SSL that you can find in settings and then security. This will just help. Google won't rank websites that don't have a valid SSL very highly. So but again, once you buy a domain and connect that to Squarespace, whether you buy on Squarespace, through Squarespace, or on a third-party provider, the SSL should be turned on anyway. You want to add maybe even a custom 404 page with helpful links. That's just in case if any broken links occur. It's not getting just like a normal kind of 404. You're getting a custom 404 page with a message and some links to other pages of your website. You want to optimize your contact page with location info, and that'll be great for your local SEOs, like for example, available for freelance design projects in different locations. And then you want to add social sharing images as well, so that images that are being shared on your social media or links that are being shared through social media have a relevant image attached to it, and just makes it look nicer as well. Some key points to remember is that clarity is everything, so users should instantly know who the site is for and what action to take. CTAs aren't optional, so you want to make them clear, frequent, and visible. Good design is often more about what you remove and not what you add, so typography and spacing matter. And you want to design for mobile first. It's how most users will see your site. A lot of web builders nowadays do accommodate for that, as we saw in Wix. They've got a pretty good mobile builder, but mobile first is now the standard. And build trust as soon as you can with potential customers. Reviews, testimonials, certifications, all of that plugged into your homepage will help build your credibility. Consistency wins, so fonts, button styles, colors, pick a system and stick to it. Make use of any kind of theme palettes that any website builders offer you, like you saw in Wix as well. Think like a user and not a designer. Always ask when you're adding a new section or a new element to your website, is this helpful? Is this easy? What's the purpose of me adding this bit of content, this button, whatever it is? So that's a basic walkthrough of how to run almost a design audit. Even if you're not a designer, spotting issues like this can be really helpful understanding why a site isn't performing. If you're working on a site and want expert guidance, whether it's design, SEO, or a full website strategy, get in touch with Profile Tree. We've helped businesses across all sectors build sites that work hard and look good doing it. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.